do-rag wisdom here, bald as ever. But don't worry, I'm growing out my Trumpist wig. See? It's taken me like, I don't know if you got that. It's taken me like 5 years to get that far. So don't worry, folks. By the time, if I live to be 70, I'll be able to have this whole, you'll think it's one bit of hair, man. You know? Somebody was saying the other night, well, you know, the job of president makes you have like gray hair. Well, this prick doesn't have any hair, you know, so he doesn't have to worry about him growing. In fact, the birthed bastard doesn't even have any brains. There's no brains up there to even say anything about. All right. So here we are on this planet called Earth. And the question I want to put to you, and just think about it for a minute, is do you know how small we are? The human race, you know how small we are? I mean, I'm not trying to make you feel insignificant. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. But sometimes it's important for the human race to realize its place in the universe. Now, I always say I'm an atheist, right? And by the way, the reason I say that so many times is because one time I was standing in line in the supermarket at the deli, and I don't know, somebody I was talking, whatever they were talking, and I mentioned I was an atheist, and this idiot got offended. What the F? So, I mean, now I just say it. I'm an atheist. Now, when I say that, and then I turn around and say I'm a member of the Jewish tribe, and I support Israel, and blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of explanation there, you understand? But here's the deal. What I define myself as that's what matters. Whatever anybody else wants to think, that doesn't matter. Unless they ask me a question and they want to know what the hell, and I'll gladly answer it, because again, on this page, I want everybody, whether they like me, dislike me, call me names, I want everybody on this page to be given all the respect and dignity that they deserve, whether they agree with me or not. Otherwise, I'm just a Trump. I'm a Trumpist. I mean, that's the kind of crap. Free speech is a religion to me. Free press is a religion to me. So the last thing I'm going to do, you know, when someone comes on, you know, I mean, I put out a lot of stuff. I dish it out, and I'm going to keep dishing it out as long as this creep and his party is in charge. But if I'm willing to dish it out, I have to be willing to take it in return. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it in return, because that's what I have to do. If I'm going to dish it, I got to take it. The GOP can't take it. Some of the people that follow the GOP, look, I'm going to be ranking on this creep birther bastard for his law, just like they did with Obama. I'm going to do the same thing to this creep. And if the right can't take it, well, they can dish it out, but they can't take it. But let me just get back to what was my main point, and that is how small we are. For an atheist, I consider myself pretty spiritual, I think, because when I look up at a starlit sky, I get this feeling of, I don't know, it's like contentment, awe. There's this great stuff on YouTube you should check out. What would other planets look like if they were in the same orbit as the moon? You got to check this stuff on YouTube. You've got to check this stuff out. How different planets would look like from the moon. By the way, they had another one on there. If the moon was as close as the space station, they have one like that. You got to check this stuff out, because man, it's awe-inspiring. We are so small. We're nothing, little nothing. What are they talking about? And then they have these other great documentaries on YouTube. One is about what would happen if the Earth stopped spinning. Check that one out. What would happen if when the moon, we don't no longer have the moon, because the moon is pulling away from us. The whole, we had this big bang, so everything is pulling away. Everything is moving. And that the continents are moving. And they have another great documentary. What's the Earth going to be like 100 million years in the future? Oh, man. I love this stuff. I love looking up at the great, beautiful, vast sky with the stars, because it really puts me in my place. This is what it is, folks. We're on a little piece of dirt orbiting a star, and the universe is expanding, and this Earth is only middle-aged. We don't know if the human race is going to survive or anything else. And yet we act like we own everything. We act like we are the be-all and end-all of everything. That's one of the things I hate about religion. Religion places the human being in the center of the universe. Sorry. Wrong. The human being is not the center of the universe. We will never be the center of the universe unless we become pure thought, and all the thought is just nothing but benevolence. I don't even think we're going to survive for another 100,000 years, let alone 1 million or 2 million. Look at how we live. Look how we treat each other. Look at the world we live in. What a joke. Murder. Violence of all kinds. Murder, violence, bloodshed. That's all. I'm sorry for using the same words all in a row. Hatred. Starvation, poverty, greed, frustration. And people think, it's okay because we're going to die and go to another world and it's going to be wonderful. I got a surprise for you, folks. What you have is what we have now. If you don't want to make it better, it's going to get worse. And if you want to evolve, you got to start thinking. You got to start using a little noggin. Because we're only using a small percentage of our intelligence. If we used all of our intelligence, this country would never have put a piece of birther bastard shit in the White House. It's okay. He can only hurt Earth. He can only hurt us. We haven't conquered the skies. We haven't conquered the universe. We haven't spread out our shit to the rest of the galaxy and our garbage with it. Sadly, our planet will go poof in nuclear dust. But the universe will go on. And as they said in Rebel Without a Cause, there was this great planetarium sequence in Rebel Without a Cause about the end of Earth and the end of the universe of the solar system. But here it is. In all the vastness of the universe, the Earth will not be missed. And man and woman, everybody, the human being, existing alone, is themselves, I'm paraphrasing, episodes of little consequence. And as depressed as I've been about this election, and as angry as I've been about it, and everything else, and everything the thing, and that keeps me going, knowing that we're episodes, this whole absurd insanity, this beautiful planet turned into shit by our hatred and everything else. One day it will be over. And the Earth will be gone, unfortunately, but at least the universe will continue unmolested by the creature called human.